to the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
Come on, baby. Let's go. You can't block me. You can't block me. 36.
The second-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Let's go, let's go. Check, check. Check, check.
Jones.
Check, check. Fresno.
And some room to run now. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Switch gears. Share.
Now they try the right side here. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
I can't believe it.
On second down, it's Jones.
Hey, check 24.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
180. You're not. Quarter. Kill.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. And they'll throw it with Rosen. It's caught. Stills, right side. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Jones, and he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short.
Shift. Watch the shift. Check hot route. Hot. Check.
This is Jones.
Watch the shift. Hey, watch the shift.
And some room to work. And he's taken down inside the 30. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Let's go. 6 guy. Check 6 guy. Check 37. Check 37.
Play action here with Rosen. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it. Check nickel.
They'll run it with Jones.
Run.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
So play number 10 now coming. It's been a long opening drive, but this is third down. Here's Rosen to throw. And that will be incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So on fourth down, Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. The kick by Sanders is good. And the opening drive for the Dolphins yields 3. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, first and 10 at their own 19-yard line. This is Joe Mixon, fourth in the NFL in rushing last season. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Second and 9 now from the 21. And Dalton to throw. Looking for his tight end, Eifert, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
All day, dog. Sponge. No. Check. Lucky. Kill. Alert. Twist. Watch twist.
Yes. Now a first down carry by Jones. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a second and long.
Mike 50. Go. Monday. Mike 50.
From midfield now, here's Rosen. On the left side, this is Stills. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Stills was second on the team a year ago to the now departed Danny Amendola in the receiving yards category. And hard to believe, 5th year now with Miami after his first couple of years with Drew Brees in New Orleans, and now hoping he can form a bond with Josh Rosen. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. On fourth down, Matt Hawk to punt it away.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
Well, from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Bengals drive about to get going, and they will start this drive with just terrible field position backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
That throw good for 4. It's second down.
4 yards on the pickup.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And once again, the Dolphin defense holds firm as they'll stop him behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Dalton hovering near the goal line. He's got his man here. It's Green.
Get ready, get ready.
They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a first down. Late in the season now, MVP chatter starts, and he might be on the fringe. This is always an award that goes quarterback, running back, usually quarterback. A lot of bias. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Cordray Tankersley with a pick. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On first down, it's Jones. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch the run, watch the run. Hug. Baby, that's baby shot.
Now Rosen looking to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Geno Atkins in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And now it's Rosen looking. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Sanders' kick is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Dalton's pass complete to Green. That one a first down pickup of 8. They're going to have to do something with him. He was so sensational last week, over 200 yards. AFC Offensive Player of the Week, what do? You hold him?
That's a good start as long as you can get away with it. Otherwise, just giving.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Hey, Haywood. 50, Mike's 50. Check Mike.
After the interception, here's Rosen. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was looking that time for Stills. That'll bring up second down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Drake. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of this game.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10, and he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. Parker, the intended target. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On 2nd down, Mixon looking to find a lane, but he can't, reined in at the line of scrimmage. There on the tackle, Minkah Fitzpatrick.
And, Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
Kill. Hey, turn it up.
They look to throw on 3rd with Dalton. Going deep downfield for Ron. Now the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross, an 80-yard touchdown, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. A give running right, Drake. And that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he's stopped behind the line by this Bengals D. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 13.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
I smell fear in that offense. Check motion. Monday.
Now Rosen.
Let's go, defense.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Carlos Dunlap has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Come on, Lott. We better than that.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. Ross on the return. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Now on 2nd and 13. Dalton, he's going to... It got his man complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A.J. Green, his 25th touchdown, tying him at Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Bengals strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be taken about the 12. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. And how about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Team 6. Team 6. 50's the mic.
From the gun, it's Rosen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way down to the 37. A big play there just before halftime. 41 yards.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great, let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. Rosen now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down.
80. Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Buying time to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their play.
He's got a man, complete. And some space here. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Andy Dalton with his third touchdown pass of the game. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be taken very short. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half. Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down, and you know what offenses want? Win first down, so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. On second down, it's Drake. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Kenyon Drake, he was kind of underutilized last year when Adam Gase was head coach, only 7 starts, but now he's going to get a chance under new head coach Brian Flores to really showcase his talent. He certainly flashed his dive. Oh, he was looking for Parker, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34, and he'll bring this one back to the 29. Parker unable to get that one. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him, and I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills, and that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Let's go, touchdown,
C.J. Uzomah. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Bullock good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. That kick return TD is 98 yards in length. And the Dolphins are able to draw a bit closer. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, 83 yards. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. They've done a good job of holding him down in the first half, but he explodes for a big one right there.
Yeah, I've got an image in my head of him being surrounded by a bunch of people, really, with ropes and other things trying to keep him locked in. But eventually they got tired, too. And just as you noted, he broke out.
And it's a guy that usually you can only keep down for so long. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think.
Now Drake loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. The throw here caught by Devontae Parker. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Jones. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
That's it, baby. That's it.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
I got you. Hug. Mike's 50. Buzz. Mike's 50.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Rosen. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki, and it's 3rd and 5.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And Wilson has it. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. This is caught, and he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead. Now Rosen will lead him up here to go for 2.
I'm here all day.
Throwing again, it's Rosen. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, All that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Andy Dalton now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10.
Shit! 368!
Dalton now to pass. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
Check 13! Check 13! Regular.
Dalton, 1st and 10.
Coming this way, here we go.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Akeem Spence, what an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. After the sack on 1st down, Dalton agreeing with a catch left side. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 34-yard line. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Mixon running right. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Dalton. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? He's going to air it out deep for Green. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A.J. Green, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Here's Bullock now for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be taken short. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Back now in Miami. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Here we go, D. Alert, alert, alert.
Now a draw play with Drake. And an alley to run. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Y'all not ready. Tight end. Alert, alert, alert.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Carl Lawson racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Now it's Rosen. They're able to locate Wilson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Here's Rosen. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Past the 20. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 60 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Alert 3, alert 3.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Rosen will throw. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Stills the intended target.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 29. A big play. Dalton to his favorite receiver, Green. 63 yards. Here's Dalton. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's the bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Now Bullock to add the extra point. And the lead will grow by 1 more.
Makes the score Bengals 49, Dolphins 18.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
Baby, let's go. Let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
I'm coming for you, son.
They'll run on first down. Jones. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
Hey, 50 the mic.
In your face.
From the 38, Rosen. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Rosen. Over the middle here to Wilson. And down inside the 15 he goes. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Here we go. Hey, box truck.
From the red zone now, here's Rosen on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Time to go, night.
Again, it's Rosen. Pressure comes, and down goes Rosen. Geno Atkins in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Here's Rosen to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. William Jackson with a pick. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. He was looking for Parker that time. Facing this 4th quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Well, this O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. And able to find Green. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Nixon will try the right side. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Mixon.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
I got you, boy. Check.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he is not going to get the first down as he'll spot this at about the 28. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time, and it'll be Dolphin football.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
Be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
You're not going to want that feeling again.
no, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being...
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Third and long here for Rosen. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
The Bengals take over
Keep playing
first
hard.
and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
On first down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Cincinnati, the wins keep coming as this one moves them to 12-3 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Miami, the slide continues as they drop now to 3-12. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.